Luigi Boccherini, a name whispered among musicians yet often unfamiliar to the wider world. Boccherini's music, though celebrated in his time, has often been overshadowed by his contemporaries. His compositions, imbued with Italian lyricism and instrumental brilliance, captivate the listener. Amidst towering figures like Mozart and Haydn, Boccherini carved his own path. His music, while reflecting the classical style, possessed a distinct Italianate flavor. Boccherini's chamber music stands as a testament to his genius. Born in Lucca, Italy, in 1743, Boccherini displayed musical talent at an early age. Infante Don Luis Antonio of Spain invited Boccherini to Madrid. Thus began a long and fruitful period of royal patronage for Boccherini. The cello held a special allure for Boccherini. His cello concertos are celebrated for their lyrical beauty and technical brilliance. Boccherini's love affair with the cello left an indelible mark on the instrument's repertoire. Luigi Rodolfo Boccherini was born into a world of music in Lucca, 1743. His father, Leopoldo, was his first teacher, nurturing his prodigious talent. The Boccherini household resonated with music, forming a family ensemble. Recognizing his son's potential, Leopoldo sent Luigi to Rome to further his musical education. At 13, Luigi Boccherini embarked on a journey to Rome. Boccherini's virtuosity on the cello quickly gained recognition. His time in Rome marked a period of significant growth for Boccherini. Boccherini traveled throughout Italy, performing and seeking new audiences. The life of a touring musician was fraught with uncertainty. Despite hardships, these journeys proved invaluable to Boccherini's artistic growth. Boccherini's travels eventually led him to Madrid. The city's burgeoning musical scene promised recognition and a stable livelihood. Infante Don Luis Antonio offered Boccherini a prestigious position as his chamber composer. The Infante's patronage provided Boccherini with financial security and artistic freedom. Boccherini composed prolifically, producing chamber music, concertos and symphonies. His music resonated deeply with the Spanish court and beyond. The Infante's influence on Boccherini's music was profound. Boccherini's cello concertos stand as a testament to this fruitful collaboration. Under the Infante's patronage, Boccherini composed some of his most enduring works. Luigi Boccherini's string quintets stand as a cornerstone of his legacy. Adding a second cello enriched the sonic tapestry and created new possibilities. Boccherini's quintets are characterized by their conversational nature and emotional range. His understanding of instrumental color and texture is unparalleled. Luigi Boccherini's cello concertos showcase his profound understanding of the instrument. His concertos are characterized by elegant melodies and technical brilliance. Boccherini's cello concertos remain cornerstones of the repertoire, beloved by cellists and audiences alike. The symphonies, a blend of Italian elegance and Spanish flair. Luigi Boccherini's symphonies blend Italian elegance with Spanish flair, showcasing his mastery of orchestral forces and diverse musical influences. His symphonies reflect his growth as a composer, evolving from light-hearted Italian melodies to vibrant Spanish rhythms. Boccherini's orchestration is masterful, exploiting the unique timbral qualities of each instrument. His symphonies often feature prominent roles for wind instruments, adding warmth and brilliance. Boccherini's slow movements invite introspection, while his finales burst with energy and joy. His symphonies offer a rich listening experience, revealing a composer of remarkable versatility. The Guitar Quintets, a testament to Boccherini's versatility. Luigi Boccherini's guitar quintets stand as a testament to his versatility and his willingness to explore new instrumental combinations. While best known for his string quintets, Boccherini embraced the guitar with equal enthusiasm, recognizing its unique sonic qualities and its potential to enrich the chamber music repertoire. His guitar quintets, while fewer in number than his string quintets, are no less captivating, revealing a composer equally at home in both intimate and virtuosic settings. Boccherini's fascination with the guitar likely stemmed from its popularity in Spain. The instrument, with its warm tone and intimate character, held a special place in Spanish musical tradition, and Boccherini seamlessly integrated it into his compositional vocabulary. His guitar quintets often feature the guitar in a prominent role, its delicate yet resonant sound blending beautifully with the strings. These quintets are characterized by their elegant melodies, often infused with a distinctly Spanish flavor. Boccherini masterfully exploits the guitar's unique timbral qualities, contrasting its plucked sound with the bowed strings to create a captivating tapestry of sonic textures. He also understood the instrument's technical capabilities, and his guitar quintets often feature passages of virtuosity that showcase the performer's agility and musicality. Boccherini's guitar quintets offer a delightful blend of Italian lyricism and Spanish flair. They are works of great charm and intimacy, inviting the listener into a world of elegance and refinement. Whether exploring delicate melodies or engaging in virtuosic exchanges, Boccherini's guitar quintets stand as enduring testaments to his creativity and his mastery of chamber music. Chamber music gems, exploring intimacy and dialogue. Boccherini's chamber music showcases his mastery and intimate musical conversations. His works span string quartets, trios, duos, and wind instruments. Though overshadowed by Haydn and Mozart, his quartets are elegant and witty. Boccherini's quartets feature conversational interplay and agility. His trios and duos reveal his intimate side and melodic gift. Flute trios are celebrated for lyrical beauty and timbral integration. Boccherini's chamber music is elegant, refined, and emotionally rich. The Sacred Works, a glimpse into Boccherini's spiritual side. Boccherini's sacred works reveal a depth of feeling and mastery of choral writing. His masses, motets, and liturgical settings showcase his versatility. The Stabat Mater is a testament to his ability to convey profound emotion. Boccherini's sacred works deserve greater recognition for their artistry. A legacy of innovation and enduring beauty. Luigi Boccherini's musical legacy blends Italian lyricism and Spanish flair. His string quintets broke new ground in instrumentation and form. His cello concertos captivate audiences with virtuosity and emotional depth. Boccherini's music, often overshadowed by Haydn and Mozart, deserves recognition. His works offer a unique blend of Italian charm and Spanish vibrancy. His melodies, tinged with melancholy, are memorable and deeply affecting. Boccherini's impact on chamber music was significant. His string quintets redefined the genre and inspired later composers. His cello concertos expanded the expressive possibilities of the cello. The 20th century saw a resurgence of interest in his works. His music continues to delight and inspire audiences worldwide. The fickle nature of royal patronage. Luigi Boccherini enjoyed the patronage of Infante Don Luis Antonio, but faced the capricious nature of courtly life. Royal favour, while offering immense opportunity, was fleeting and unpredictable. Boccherini experienced the instability of royal patronage affecting his career. The Infante's erratic temperament and shifting interests added to Boccherini's uncertainty. Periods of support were followed by neglect, leaving Boccherini anxious about his future. This insecurity weighed heavily on the composer, affecting his productivity. Court intrigues and rivalries added to Boccherini's anxieties. Jealousy among musicians created an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty. Boccherini, despite his gentle nature, was caught in the crossfire of courtly machinations. The Infante's declining health and eventual death cast a long shadow over Boccherini's life. As the Infante's health deteriorated, his patronage waned, leaving Boccherini vulnerable. The loss of his friend and patron left Boccherini facing an uncertain future. Financial insecurity and artistic frustration. The instability of royal patronage had profound consequences for Boccherini's financial well-being. Unlike some of his contemporaries who enjoyed more secure forms of income, Boccherini relied heavily on the Infante's generosity. The fluctuating nature of this support left him perpetually vulnerable to financial insecurity, a constant source of anxiety that cast a shadow over his life and work. The periods of reduced patronage forced Boccherini into a precarious financial position. He often found himself struggling to make ends meet, forced to take on additional work, such as teaching or composing on commission, to supplement his dwindling income. This constant financial strain, coupled with the uncertainty of his situation, weighed heavily on his mind, diverting his energy from composition and casting a pall over his creativity. The pressure to secure commissions and cater to the tastes of potential patrons often led to artistic compromises. Boccherini, like many composers of his time, found himself navigating the delicate balance between artistic integrity and financial necessity. The need to please patrons sometimes forced him to make concessions, to compose works that were commercially viable rather than following his own artistic impulses. Moreover, the limitations imposed by his financial situation often restricted his ability to experiment and innovate. The lack of resources sometimes prevented him from pursuing ambitious projects or exploring new musical avenues. Boccherini's creativity, while never extinguished, was undoubtedly hampered by the constant financial anxieties that plagued his life. The death of Infante Don Luis Antonio in 1785 dealt a devastating blow to Luigi Boccherini, both personally and professionally. The Infante had been more than just a patron. He had been a close friend, a musical collaborator, and a source of unwavering support for over 2 decades. His death left a void in Boccherini's life that could never be filled, plunging the composer into a period of profound grief and uncertainty. The loss of the Infante's patronage had immediate and dire consequences for Boccherini's livelihood. His primary source of income vanished overnight, leaving him in a precarious financial position. The pensions he received from the Spanish court, while helpful, were insufficient to maintain his previous standard of living, forcing him to make difficult choices and drastically reduce his expenses. Beyond the financial implications, the Infante's death robbed Boccherini of his artistic anchor. The Infante had been a constant source of encouragement, a discerning critic, and a champion of his music. Without his guidance and support, Boccherini felt adrift, his artistic confidence shaken, his creative output diminished. The composer's grief was compounded by the fact that the Infante's successor, King Charles IV, while not unappreciative of music, did not share his predecessor's passion for the art form. Boccherini, despite retaining his official position at court, found himself increasingly marginalized, his music no longer at the center of courtly life. Fate, it seemed, was determined to test Luigi Boccherini's resilience. As if the loss of his patron and the ensuing financial struggles were not enough, the composer also endured a series of personal tragedies that profoundly affected his life and work. The deaths of several of his children, particularly his 2 daughters, plunged him into periods of profound grief and despair, casting a dark cloud over his later years. The pain of losing a child is unimaginable. And for Boccherini, who was known for his gentle nature and his deep affection for his family, these losses were particularly devastating. His letters from this period reveal a man wrestling with profound sorrow, questioning the nature of life and seeking solace in his faith. The emotional toll of these tragedies inevitably seeped into his music. While Boccherini had always possessed a gift for expressing melancholy and introspection in his compositions, his later works often reveal a deeper sense of pathos, a somber undercurrent that reflects the personal hardships he endured. Furthermore, Boccherini's own health began to deteriorate in his later years. He suffered from respiratory problems, possibly exacerbated by the damp climate of Madrid, which further limited his activities and cast a shadow over his final years. Yet, despite these personal setbacks and the weight of his grief, Boccherini never entirely abandoned composition, finding solace and a measure of peace in the act of creating music. Luigi Boccherini, despite his undeniable talent and his prolific output, often found himself overshadowed by his more famous contemporaries, particularly Joseph Haydn and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. These towering figures of the classical era cast long shadows, their music dominating the musical landscape and often eclipsing the achievements of other composers, even those as gifted as Boccherini. While Boccherini's music enjoyed considerable popularity during his lifetime, particularly in Spain and parts of Europe, it never achieved the widespread acclaim or the lasting influence of Haydn's or Mozart's works. This lack of recognition, while partly due to the vagaries of musical taste and the shifting tides of history, was also influenced by factors beyond Boccherini's control. The dominance of the Viennese classical style, epitomized by Haydn and Mozart, played a role in shaping musical preferences. Boccherini, while a master of the classical idiom, infused his music with a distinctly Italian lyricism and a Spanish flair that set him apart from the prevailing Viennese aesthetic. This unique blend of styles, while captivating to some, may have hindered his broader acceptance, particularly in musical circles where the Viennese sound reigned supreme. Furthermore, the relative isolation of the Spanish court, while providing Boccherini with a stable environment for many years, also limited his exposure to wider audiences and influential musical circles. His music, while circulating through published editions and manuscript copies, did not benefit from the same level of promotion and performance opportunities available to composers based in more central musical hubs like Vienna or Paris. A late-life resurgence marred by continuing challenges. In the twilight of his career, Luigi Boccherini experienced a brief but significant resurgence of recognition, particularly in France. His music, embraced by Parisian audiences hungry for new sounds and captivated by its blend of Italian lyricism and Spanish passion, enjoyed a period of renewed popularity. This late-career revival, while providing some solace to the aging composer, was marred by continuing challenges and ultimately proved to be bittersweet. The French Revolution, while ushering in an era of profound social and political change, also breathed new life into the arts. Boccherini's music, with its elegant melodies, its intimate character, and its touch of Spanish exoticism, resonated with Parisian audiences seeking a respite from the tumultuous times. His string quintets, in particular, enjoyed a surge in popularity, performed in salons and concert halls alike. However, this renewed appreciation for his music did little to alleviate Boccherini's financial woes. The political upheavals in France, while creating new artistic opportunities, also disrupted established patronage systems and led to economic instability. Boccherini, despite the success of his music in Paris, struggled to capitalize on this late career resurgence, his financial situation remaining precarious. Adding to his difficulties, the Napoleonic Wars further disrupted the European musical landscape, making travel difficult and curtailing the circulation of music and musicians. Boccherini, increasingly isolated in Madrid, was unable to fully capitalize on the renewed interest in his music, his hopes for a more secure and comfortable old age dashed by circumstances beyond his control. The legacy of a composer undeterred by adversity, Luigi Boccherini, despite professional setbacks and personal tragedies, never allowed adversity to extinguish his creative spark. He composed until his final days, his spirit unbroken. His legacy is one of extraordinary talent and unwavering dedication. Boccherini's story reminds us that even the most gifted artists face challenges, yet his music has transcended these obstacles, touching audiences across centuries. Boccherini composed for the love of music, not for fame or fortune. His story is an inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of art. A slow rediscovery, from obscurity to renewed appreciation. The decades following Luigi Boccherini's death in 1805 saw a gradual decline in his musical reputation. While his works continued to be performed sporadically, particularly in Spain, his name faded from the forefront of the European musical consciousness. The reasons for this decline were multifaceted, ranging from changing musical tastes to the sheer volume of compositions emerging from the burgeoning Romantic era. The rise of Romanticism, with its emphasis on emotional intensity, grand gestures, and programmatic elements, shifted the musical landscape away from the elegance and restraint of the classical style. Boccherini, firmly rooted in the classical tradition, found his music increasingly at odds with the prevailing aesthetic preferences of the 19th century. Furthermore, the sheer volume of compositions emerging from Romantic-era giants such as Beethoven, Schubert, and Mendelssohn created a crowded musical field. These composers, with their bold innovations and their embrace of romantic ideals, captured the imagination of audiences and performers alike, leaving less space for the appreciation of earlier masters like Boccherini. The relative isolation of the Spanish court, where Boccherini had spent his most productive years, also contributed to his waning reputation. Spain, while a vibrant cultural center in its own right, was somewhat removed from the major musical hubs of Vienna, Paris, and Leipzig. This geographic distance limited the circulation of Boccherini's music and hindered its wider dissemination. The 20th century witnessed a gradual but significant resurgence of interest in Luigi Boccherini's music, a revival fueled by dedicated scholars, passionate performers, and a growing appreciation for the diversity and richness of the classical era. This Boccherini Renaissance, as it has come to be known, has brought the composer's works back into the concert hall, shedding light on his unique musical voice and his rightful place in music history. The revival of interest in Boccherini can be attributed in part to the efforts of musicologists and music historians who delved into archives and unearthed neglected manuscripts, bringing to light a wealth of previously unknown or forgotten works. Their meticulous research and scholarship helped to reconstruct Boccherini's oeuvre and to provide a more complete picture of his compositional output. Simultaneously, a new generation of performers, particularly cellists, drawn to the beauty and technical challenges of Boccherini's cello concertos, embraced his music with renewed enthusiasm. Their passionate performances and recordings introduced Boccherini's works to a wider audience, captivating listeners with their elegance, wit, and emotional depth. The development of recording technology also played a crucial role in the Boccherini Renaissance. The availability of high-quality recordings made his music more accessible to a global audience, allowing listeners to rediscover the beauty and originality of his compositions. The enduring appeal of Luigi Boccherini's music lies in its unique blend of elegance, wit, and emotional depth, qualities that transcend temporal boundaries and continue to resonate with audiences centuries after they were written. His compositions, while firmly rooted in the classical tradition, possess a distinctive charm and a captivating blend of Italian lyricism and Spanish flair. Boccherini's gift for melody is undeniable. His themes, often simple yet profoundly affecting, linger in the memory long after the music has ended. His melodies, whether soaring or introspective, are characterized by their grace, their balance and their ability to evoke a wide range of emotions. His mastery of counterpoint, the art of interweaving independent melodic lines, adds depth and complexity to his compositions. Boccherini's counterpoint is never dry or academic. Rather, it flows effortlessly, creating a rich tapestry of sound that is both intellectually stimulating and emotionally engaging. The intimate character of much of Boccherini's music, particularly his chamber works, holds a particular allure for modern listeners. In an age often characterized by noise and distraction, his music offers a refuge, a space for contemplation and emotional connection. The conversational nature of his chamber music, with its interplay between instruments and its emphasis on dialogue, creates a sense of intimacy and immediacy that is both refreshing and deeply satisfying. Luigi Boccherini's music occupies a fascinating position in music history, serving as a bridge between the Baroque era and the classical period. His compositions, while embracing the clarity, balance and restraint of the classical style, also retain echoes of the Baroque's ornate beauty and contrapuntal complexity. Born in 1743, Boccherini's early musical education was steeped in the Baroque tradition. He studied the works of masters such as Vivaldi, Corelli and Handel, absorbing their mastery of counterpoint, their flair for ornamentation and their penchant for dramatic contrasts. These Baroque influences are evident in his early compositions, which often feature intricate fugues, elaborate ornamentation, and a sense of grandeur reminiscent of the earlier era. However, as Boccherini matured as a composer and immersed himself in the musical landscape of the later 18th century, he embraced the emerging classical style. He adopted its emphasis on clarity, balance, and formal elegance, while retaining a touch of Baroque richness and complexity in his textures and harmonies. This unique blend of Baroque and classical elements gives Boccherini's music its distinctive character. His works possess a warmth, an intimacy, and a depth of feeling that distinguish them from the more austere compositions of some of his classical contemporaries. Boccherini's ability to seamlessly blend these influences, creating a style that is both familiar and refreshingly original, solidifies his place as a pivotal figure in the evolution of Western art music. Luigi Boccherini's journey from celebrated composer to neglected figure and back to recognition is a testament to the enduring power of great music. His legacy, once overshadowed by his more famous contemporaries, has been meticulously restored, revealing a composer of immense talent, originality and emotional depth. Boccherini's contributions to the chamber music repertoire, particularly his string quintets, are undeniable. His innovative use of instrumentation, his mastery of counterpoint and his gift for creating intimate musical conversations expanded the possibilities of the genre and influenced generations of composers who followed. His cello concertos, imbued with both virtuosity and emotional depth, continue to captivate audiences and inspire cellists worldwide. Boccherini's understanding of the instrument's expressive potential, his ability to craft melodies that soar and sing, and his masterful orchestration have secured his place as a master of the cello concerto. Beyond his specific contributions to chamber music and the cello repertoire, Boccherini's legacy lies in the sheer beauty and originality of his music. His ability to blend Italian lyricism with Spanish flair, his gift for melody, and his mastery of counterpoint all contribute to a unique musical voice that continues to resonate with audiences centuries after his death. Luigi Boccherini, the Overlooked Maestro, has finally taken his rightful place among the great composers of the classical era. His music, once neglected, is now celebrated for its elegance, its wit, its emotional depth, and its enduring ability to touch the human spirit. His story reminds us that greatness can be found in unexpected places, and that the power of music can transcend time, adversity, and even obscurity. Luigi Boccherini's musical journey was a tapestry woven with triumph and tribulation. He basked in the favor of royalty, but grappled with financial insecurity and personal loss. His passion for music burned brightly, an unyielding flame. Boccherini's music, once overshadowed by Haydn and Mozart, has emerged from the shadows. His voice continues to resonate with audiences worldwide, a timeless testament to the power of music.